Oh, that sounds great. And my question is, I'm not finna put on no nice guy goddamn suit and keep understanding why that process is working the way it is.
Part of the process is because so few of us go and vote. If more of just us voted, we'd beat the other people because they're not coming out to vote either.
And look, when these other people
That's
told
on
me
us.
that it's not democratic for the community to not be involved in signing a petition, I say, you know what? That's another fight for another day. However, we have parents that we can motivate, that we can energize, that we can point in the direction to sign these petitions so we can get these schools one school at a time. And I said, there is nothing more democratic than those that have the most at risk to have the loudest voice. And this is what it's allowing. It's allowing the parents whose education of their children is at risk to have the loudest voice. And there's nothing more democratic than a piece of paper with your signature that people have to honor. Nothing more democratic than a
And I
petition.
just can't figure out why they're not honoring it now.
I'm talking about the petition. I'm talking about the parent
You
tribute.
haven't given them.
The legislature is tired of the ISDs. That's why the legislature is saying, without saying, either we're taking the schools through the achievement bill or we're giving the parents the opportunity to take these schools. But the ISDs are not doing what we, the state of Texas, designed them to do. The responsibility of education is a state responsibility, and Texas is failing its constituents. Texas is failing Texans.
Which is why I'm very leery when we start saying that the legislature's stepping in. They're as much the problem as the ISDs.
But
So
that's the good thing
and they're
about
working
having
with-
that clip.
They're
That's the,
working with them.
but that's
It's the same people.
That's the good thing about having that Harold Dutton clip where he's saying,
Right.
I trust the parents more
It's the same
than I
people.
trust. Huh?
What you gonna do with it?
It's the same
What you mean?
people.
What am I gonna do with it? What would you do with it? I'm gonna wait for guidance from above as to how I should
We
best
have a
use
TV
it.
show. Let me throw this in, because I know I'm gonna have to go too.
Yeah,
Let me throw this
I'm
in.
finna go.
But let me throw this in. One of the things, and I didn't even bring the piece, that we're organizing is a community education council. A council that's there, that's in place to be self-funding. The whole purpose is to bring the groups together and act as a coordinating group. Doesn't own anything. It's just a group that's there to
Urban
provide.
ain't gonna function well with nobody else.
Why?
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen under, if it's not.
You know why?
under
Because we can sit in here and be transparent. These people ain't.
Which people?
That's true. Like we had a meeting last Saturday.
Them people not.
And they did not tell us that parents having the power to reconstitute was a problem. I didn't find out until after I received over 20 emails. They decided they were gonna lobby me. I'm like, who you lobbying me for what? I said if there was a problem, you should have disclosed that when we had the meeting. We were discussing the pros and the cons. Not once did you say that that was a con. What you said was a con was not knowing what to do after the trigger was pulled. But he's telling the truth. People are coming to meetings and they are not being
If you
transparent.
feel that the urban got to work with these other people,
That's not true.
then I'm gonna say honestly, I will never work with them. Because these same people have sat by and watched all these schools get closed.
That's true.
They have no wins under their belt, man.
That's true.
We right now are the wild card. They've never seen it before.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with it. It's making progress. So the thing is, why would you bring somebody else into that element unless they believed in what you believe in?
I'm at the right table then, because it's,
You
know,
can't put them in the room with you.
I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'm gonna leave some people behind mode, because at this stage, this is not even about the folks in this neighborhood. They're just taking these schools away, period. So I'm concerned about that regardless of what you all say. If I never
Oh,
saw
this
you
is
again
about
in
urban planning and land development.
Right, it's about people being
exactly what it is.
disenfranchised all across the country.
It's
not just here.
redeveloping
But
Houston
like-
and making Houston
But
a
the
New
kind of people I'm
York or
looking
Los
for
Angeles.
are like yourself, who have the nerve.
Traffic.
I'm right there with you. Like I said, I'm stopping freeways, but you have to be organized. You know, I had to figure out how to get out of jail.
I
after we
keep
do
telling you, and you're gonna have to believe it sooner or later.
that. Yeah.
These old 40 acre and a mule niggas
Yeah.
ain't finna do none of the stuff you talking about.
Well, leave them behind. I'm not
Well, you gotta leave them behind, Errol, but who the hell you gonna have to go with you? They not gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm telling you they not gonna do it. They too worried about the obvious. They worried about the money. They work, and all that's good because at the end of the day, we wake up every day worrying about the money. We worried about taking care of the family. But you couldn't sit in this room with this man 50 years ago if somebody else wasn't worried about you being able to pull it off. They wasn't worried about their houses. Did they give a damn about their jobs when they decided not to ride them buses for 381 days? Did they give a damn? And we're in the first place, and think about it. When that bus pulled up that morning, and it's just me, where was I gonna sit? Right there in the front. I've earned the fucking right to sit here. If you in this, and we this close, you're gonna have to sail all the way out. You're gonna have to go all the way in if you're serious. Because these people not coming to lobby you or send you emails. Nobody was sending us emails 2 months ago.
Exactly.
Nobody wanted to talk to us 2 months ago. They just some loudmouth parents.
Less than 12 hours, my email just boom, boom.
So the question is, are they want to talk because Ted is cute?
Well, that could be a reason. I was thinking.
Are they want to talk because you've all of a sudden become one of the most powerful entities in the city? And you don't need 5,000 people to pull that off. You need 15 that can flat out go. That's what you need. You need 15 that can give them hell when can't nobody else give it to them. And them 15 will bring you your 5,000.
Yep.
Ask Bobby and ask Huey. They'll bring you your 5,000.
Don't ask Bobby and don't ask Huey because the Panthers didn't make it. You know, they
They didn't make it because it was by design. And they wasn't supposed to make it. They were supposed to do exactly what they did.
They were infiltrated and they were destroyed.
And why do you think I'm so overprotective of this group? We cannot put this group in rooms with those people. They've already been infiltrated. They already been bought and paid for. They take all your information, they run right back down there. You think it's by
Which is what I thought
design?
those other people were when I said that
Do
community
you
school.
really think that they had a community meeting at
I know,
Cashmere
Jim.
just to have one?
But the point is they didn't disclose.
Did they have a community meeting, a state of the schools address in March?
Who
No,
had
you
that?
had that meeting because you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Yeah, but they didn't just decide yesterday that they were gonna have meetings for all of the schools. They had meetings for all the schools to reconstitute.
Exactly.
To, you know, do all
It
this.
wasn't announced?
And then, when I called my principal to ask him, you know, what the meeting was about, they couldn't tell me. Because I was in the hospital. But he could show his ass up, and I'm gonna say it on film, because I'm gonna go off on him when I go up to the school. I don't give a fuck about my, I don't give a fuck about my job. Because if they wanna get fucking rid of me, then fuck it, they can get rid of me. Because they done pissed me off.
People are tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah, people are tired. Just tired.
Because at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about these students. Because when I asked them for the fucking, you know, the spiral notebooks and pens for my students, they couldn't give them all to me. Well, we can only give you 30. I got 170 students. You can't give me all the
But
spiral
every time
notebooks?
they have HISD officials come to the school, don't they lay it out with
Yeah,
the,
but you
with the
you
buffet?
can you can give a buffet for the officials and all that, but I can't get 100 and something
And see,
spiral notebooks
that's
for
the
my
problem
fucking
at
students.
Booker T. Washington.
And then my
Title I
students
money.
steady looking at me. You told us we were going to get a spiral
Well, you
notebook.
Title I money
But you
pays
say
for those
we got-
buffets
but
and
you
stuff.
say we got
That's why.
rules.
That's
That's
why.
what pissed me off.
That's why I had to resign from the
But
Title
you
I
say
committee.
We got rules and regulations.
But they say I'm not teaching the
why
kids,
we
but
not
okay.
holding them
Well,
accountable?
you're gonna go through next year.
It's only one group in the city
they gonna
that
set
got
me
the
free.
balls to hold them accountable. It's only one. When I told them 2 weeks ago, you better send that fucking letter home about that uncertified teacher. Would you like to see what it looked like? They sent it home. Now I got a problem with it because my son not taking your final exam in the class. He didn't have a certified teacher. So fuck you in the final. What you gonna do about it?
But see, the insidious thing about it is, who cares that your children are not going to learn? See, we keep assuming that folks are concerned about your children learning. The more of your children that learn, the
See,
more people in the population
unless
can
there's
compete.
a way to tie that to the money,
It's
they
got
don't
to be
care.
money, right?
Unless there's a way to tie them not having a certified teacher to the money, the children are just not gonna have that credit.
You think so?
Unless there's a way.
You
There's a
telling
way.
me
So
with all these policies and procedures you just quoted, that according to state and federal law,
I'm
that
talking about
I need a certified teacher in this classroom,
Mm-hmm.
and if that certified teacher is not there for over 30 days, that you are supposed to notify the parents of every student that takes that class.
I'm saying you are right, I'm agreeing. What I'm saying is them caring.
Them caring?
You
think they don't care about us? You want to know about Title I funding?
Yeah, no.
Let me tell you. Let me look you in the.
That's why they put
Let me look you in the thing. You just got here.
That's why they put it.
No, you just got here.
That's why they stopped putting the stuff.
Title I, special ed funding. I told you I had a smoking gun. Why you think these people? They threaten to sue HISD Watch when that boy posts whatever he posts. Why they don't never threaten to sue me? Cause it's something I got on you. Why you think I keep talking about them federal handcuffs? That Title I funding and that special ed money. I got your ass, Terry Grill.
I can't play this with so many places. Y'all are rated R.
No, I'm finna go. I gotta take my
Yeah,
truck to the
like,
yard.
y'all got your beat. You know, these etiquette.
Anything else you'd like to say, sir?
The only thing I gotta say is
God, I guess.
they figured out it is what it is. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Get with Shirley and them. They guide you. If y'all need some help, just dial a phone number. It is what it is. I'll do as much as I can do.
Hey, let me ask a question. Do you think that in terms of how the school would, whether it's Kashmir or Yates, that using Bertie Simmons as a consultant in mapping out what the new school would look like would be useful?
That means you have to deal with those administrations. Maybe at Kashmir that may be acceptable. Might be Yates. At Yates, he ain't gonna let it happen. He ain't gonna listen to nothing.
No, I'm saying once the trigger is pulled and it's up to the parents to decide whether they
Oh yeah, that would be a
charter-
great move. I think that would be a great move. I mean, but the thing is somebody has to apply that outside pressure.
Yeah.
And this is the